Back through Western Kentucky here, solid win for sure. I thought, again, I was pleased with our guys, our resolve with the team. You guys just had Nate, our leadership, perseverance, our thought process, again, like what's next? One play, next play, move on, keep playing. You guys are embracing that in preparation, whether it be from day to day of the process, from week to week to week, and it's carrying over into our play and the way we're playing. We were solid in all three phases, which we needed to be. If you're going to be a consistent team and a good team, you got to contribute in all parts. In the kicking game, we only had one punt, but it was a sky punt that was executed down to about the 10, 11-yard line by Toth. It was our only punt of the day. Punt return had a 91-yard touchdown return. Our kickoff return was solid, nothing glaring, but solid. Our kickoffs were great. We eliminated a 44-yard return guy. We had one kick out of bounds we didn't like, but we took their returner out with just some great kicks by Griffin. PAT field goal team was 100%. We had a block by Nick Mangieri. So special teams attributed 10 points in a one-possession game, and Mitchell Page and Nick Mangieri were our special team players of the week, which we needed. Defense, we gave up some yards, 484 passing, 35 points, some big plays. But there's a lot to me, again, to continue to build on and not trying to find silver linings. We were 5 of 11 on third downs. We were 4 of 6, had two stops in the score zone in a one-possession game. They had 84 yards rushing on 26 attempts, so that was good to see. And a little bit better run defense, even though they had a lot of pass yards. It's a little bit easier when it's one-dimensional. After the two first-quarter punts, I think the comment was, well, we didn't stop their offense. Well, I look at a fourth down stand. They had a 2-play touchdown drive at the big screen. They had a 3-play drive where they really were just trying to draw us off sides and go to halftime. We jumped offside and we busted a play. Then we had an interception, and a blocked field goal. So there's 4 of 6 possessions with stops. And so they didn't have to punt. You stopped them on fourth down, you got to pick, you block a field goal. Those are stops. That's what won the football game. So a lot to build on. Then they had the 1 TD drive. So really in the last, 30 minutes of football, we gave up 1 drive to a pretty good offense. So I thought that was great responses by the coaches and defense. Player of the game, defensively, and really is the only player that we gave a winning grade to, but Jonathan Crawford. I think he was just announced as Cove Frost Big Ten Player of the Week, and that's nice. But like a lot of our young players, every time a young player seems to do something well, they don't show up for a while. And we're talking about being a good team. You heard Ricky Jones say, like, hey, if you're good, we need you to do it again, and we need Jonathan to keep showing up. So very young talent, good player. Our scout players that did a great job against them, some old guys. We need some young freshmen to start showing up on this list, but it was Alex Rodriguez and Sean Damascus, some guys that travel, play on special teams, but they're kind of down the line a smidge where we use them a lot in our scout looks, and it's nice to have the old guys. We need some young freshmen to grow for us there and help us. Offensively, we had 630-plus yards, 34 first downs, 20 of 27 passing, 284 rushing. It's a great mix, good balance. Not trying to be 50-50, but just being able to execute in both phases is awesome. We were much better in third downs, which was good to see. Did have some score zone concerns. Again, our thought going in that game, prior to the game, was we needed touchdowns. We kind of have the mindset of, not that we think our defense is going to play poorly, but, if you listen to old school Tiger Woods, he expects the guy to make the putt before he putts, so he thinks he's got to make it instead of reacting to it. Like our thought is we have to score because we expect other teams to score. We don't expect there to be a lot of 13-9 college football games, especially games that we're participating in. We think they're going to be not shootouts. We just think you got to score points. And we had a turnover on the 27-yard line, a fourth down on the 22, a fourth down on the 13, and then we end the game on the 1-yard line. So there's potential of 28 more points, which gets you up to that 60 number, which would be outstanding. Winning performances on offense by Divine Redding, Jordan Howard, Rick Jones, Wes Martin, second time for Wes as a young freshman, good to see. Michael Cooper and Danny Friend. Danny's playing well, Mike is too. Nate Suffolk played well, but his turnover there in the scoring zone haunted him from having a winning grade. Player of the game, we had 2 on offense. Michael Cooper, who's really playing strong for us coming on, not just catching ball, but it's blocking, pass pro. It's really that tight end group's playing well, he and Danny, but Michael especially, and Jordan Howard. Scouts, second time we've recognized Tony Thomas, again an older veteran, and Ryan Watercutter. So again, that wraps up that game. It's a good win, good test, a lot of respect for our opponent last week, and like I say, just proud our kids played hard, prepared well, and good to get that victory. Next is Wake. Wake Forest comes in at 2-1, coming off a road victory at Army. They've been on the road 2 times. We'll be back for their homecoming game, so I'm sure they'll have a great crowd at Grove Stadium. Coach Clausen, Dave's done a great job from Richmond. Took a stint at Tennessee, and what he built at Bowling Green, took Richmond in high, big into the playoffs at the FCS level. Had a tremendous program at Bowling Green. You see a lot of similarities between his Bowling Green development and what's happening right now in Winston-Salem. And not just him, his staff. Like his defensive coordinator's been with him a long time. They're playing great D. Offensively, they know what they're doing. They've recruited well, playing a lot of young players, very much improved from a year ago. This will be our first of 5 road games. Playing on the road each year is always different, and how your team embraces that challenge. And do they make it bigger than it is? Can they create their own energy and synergy to play? They are outstanding defensively. They're 9th in the country in total D, 39th in rush D, and that's pretty good when you just played Army that runs the ball every play in a wishbone attack. So those numbers are skewed. If they had played a normal football team, they'd probably be sitting about 12 or 15 in rush D. 7th in pass D, 23rd in score. They're 5th in fewest big plays allowed, and they're 7th in third down defense, giving up 19%. So they play really good defense, which is the same thing Coach Echo and his staff did as they came out of Bowling Green. Quarterback-wise, Wolford, their kid that we recruited, know him well. I went and saw him down in Jacksonville when he came out of high school. He's completing 70% of his balls. He's right now at 237 yards a game, and he got hurt last game and had very poor stats, hurt an ankle. And so he was really throwing for about 280, 290 a game, and so it was at 70% clip. Now he's got the ankle injury, and who knows the extent. He did walk off the field. He did play after he hurt it. I know he's a competitor because having recruited him, I know what he's about in his high school pedigree, and played as a true freshman a year ago. They did have another true freshman they went to, a kid by the name of Hilton. It's an athletic kid who's completing 60% of his passes, and he was their leading rusher last week as more of a run threat quarterback. So you got to prepare for a little bit of both, which is always difficult. In your preparation time, it'll be very, very challenging. You got very good young backs. Tight ends, a transfer from South Carolina, kid out of Charlotte, who's an upper-level player. Can do a lot of things for him. Young at receiver. Their skill guys are young, like our guys are. Their O-line is making a lot of strides here, too. And in the kick game, if you just look at last week, they had a long kickoff return, about 60 yards. It was negated with the block in the back, but a good returner. They do a great job with their punt team, punt looks. They kicked a 47-yard game-winning field goal last play of the game with a big-time hold because the ball skipped 3 yards short. And to get the hold and make it game winner was a huge job for their guys. So for us, though, again, good challenge on the road, very good opponent, BCS team. We're looking for, again, for us, we got to continue to get better. We need another good week. We got to learn how to play on the road. We got to keep eliminating the big plays. We got to keep finding ways to get more points offensively. We've got a lot of improvement to do. We've already addressed that with the team last night. We're healthy coming out of last game, and we need another good week.